Okay, well, I show 302 here, and on a Friday, I'm sure everyone wants to, get through the presentation here and get on with maybe an early weekend or something. So this is Bob Stoles. I'm the president of Premier Consulting Solutions. We operate two different brands under our business. One under our brand FB Business Systems, which can be found at fbbusinesssystems.com, and that is FB for Facebook. And we also have a single agent product with a brand of Get 100 Listings that can be found on Facebook, excuse me, at facebook.com/get100listings. So what I'm going to show you today is a little bit of the detail, pull the curtain away and show you some of the details behind your new Facebook system. And without further ado, why don't we jump right into the presentation here. I'm going to be showing you real world, inside Facebook, and this whole session will be recorded so that any of you or all of you at a later date can watch this as many times as you want to see what you might have missed or what other details you didn't catch on the call here. So just a little housekeeping before we get started. How we're going to set up this format here, I'm not sure how many folks we're going to have attending. There's numerous folks online right now, but we're going to have our Q&A session at the end rather than stopping on every topic and having Q&A. So along the way, what I'd ask is if you do have questions about any of the particular topics, please take some notes so that when we do get to the Q&A portion, you've got your notes there and we can plow through your questions one by one at the end. I anticipate the presentation taking somewhere between 35 minutes and 45 minutes, perhaps with another 10 minutes or 15 minutes of Q&A at the end. So somewhere just short of an hour. So that's just an FYI as you schedule your day. So let's jump in. So with this webinar, what I want to cover is basically 4 topics, and all of them revolve around lead generation and traffic. So they're kind of one and the same. So in order to get leads, you've got to have a nice healthy flow of traffic into your system. So we're going to cover generating traffic and leads with your Facebook system. Then we're going to talk about how your system can be used as a landing page, basically to get leads from anywhere off the internet. Then we're going to talk a little bit more about a new feature that's been added to your Facebook platform, which we call Craigslist Traffic Boosters, so that you can pull in traffic off the Craigslist board straight into your new fan pages. And then we're going to talk a little bit even about how there's some software out there that you can use to have all of your emails become dynamic, where you can get people to engage with your email signature directly with your fan page and get even more traffic. So those are the 4 topics I wanted to cover today. So let's just plow right through. What I want to do here is kind of impress upon you what I've learned in my time is that Facebook pages are, in my mind, the single most powerful platform for marketing in any business right now. And once you learn about your Facebook pages, I think you'll probably agree that they're superior to websites. And I want to spend just a minute or two here just explaining why I say that they're more superior than websites. With a Facebook page, when it comes to traffic, it has a built-in traffic engine. I mean, you're posting on your wall, you're posting out there in Facebook on other people's walls and engaging with other people is in effect your traffic engine. On a website, the only traffic engine built in is an integrated blog. If your website does not have an integrated blog, and I'm talking about a blog that's resident in your domain, on your domain, then you really don't have a traffic engine on your website. So Facebook pages, every one of them, that traffic engine is included without question. Websites, the only way it's included is if you have an integrated blog or like a blogging platform like a WordPress site. Another reason Facebook pages are superior is there's less technical know-how is required on Facebook pages than with websites. Your whole framework with Facebook is already there. It's essentially all you have to be able to do once you get a feel for how the settings work in Facebook pages is be able to know how to type, be able to upload photos, and click buttons to tweak settings or click buttons to share information. So the technical know-how is far less once you get your feet wet with Facebook pages than is required for building a website, where there's no framework. Facebook pages have free marketing and sharing. Obviously, you're going to have, if you have good content that you're sharing out there or good promotions or something to talk about, other people are going to do the work for you. They're going to click the share button, and there's a share button under every single post and every single comment. You can share, people can share and do the work for you when it comes to marketing. That's not true when it comes to websites unless you use some kind of plugin or add other features or software into your website that might help you. Share buttons, for example. You'd have to put those into your website in order to have that same functionality. Analytics. In Facebook, there's a platform called Facebook Insights. That's analytics all the way down to demographics, age, gender. It's built into to every fan page. It activates and turns on when you reach 35 likes on your page. So it's always there, but it doesn't activate until you get to that point where you have 35 likes. All right. With a website, you're going to have to add in Google Analytics or something. You have to have some technical know-how to do that. And then last but not least, Facebook pages are superior because of pay-per-click. It's probably the single best targeting pay-per-click advertising module out there. It can do things that Google can't do, and that's because Facebook knows a lot about the likes, the interests, the age, the gender of all of its users, and therefore its targeting platform knows all that as well. So again, there's a lot of reasons why your Facebook page is superior, and I don't think it will take long for people to figure it out. So it's good that you're getting in ahead of the game if you're taking a look at the Facebook system for your Charles Rutenberg agency. Okay, so 4 topics to cover. The first one is, obviously, we're going to start with the centerpiece, Facebook lead generation. And how are you going to do it? And how do you pull all that information together that you may have seen when you got your Facebook page from Charles Rutenberg Realty? So I'm going to show you 2 things to talk about here. Okay, so 2 topics on Facebook lead generation. Loading your business page newsfeed is critical, and tagging other businesses is another strong lead generating feature or traffic generating feature that I want to cover here. So I'm going to jump now, and I have a lot of different tabs and software open here. Hopefully I can find some of these things as quick as I hope to. So I'm going to go into Facebook now, and I'm in my Facebook personal profile. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my business page as any of you would, and it's very simple to do. Well, hold on one second. I've got a little floating bar here that you probably all can't see. And I'm going to go and I'm going to log into a page. I think it's a Charles Rutenberg test page that we had created once upon a time, so that works well. So now I'm logged in as my business page. All right. The great thing about the fact that you can kind of put on a different hat and operate as your business as opposed to your personal profile, well, there's a lot of different features. But one thing is you have an independent, 100% independent news feed. So your business page has its own news feed that's independent of your personal profile news feed. And how you find your news feed, whether you're on your personal profile or your business page, is you click the home button once you're logged into whichever account. So when I go over here, I'm going to see that I have an empty news feed. Okay, so what that means is my business hasn't gone out and followed anyone yet, hasn't liked any other pages, so my news feed is empty. So when you get your page, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go out there and like those pages that represent the groups of your local target market. Okay, so you need to be very careful about this. You don't want to go out there and like other sports teams that aren't in your local neighborhood that you're not trying to do business with. You want to saturate your business news feed only with groups that represent your target market, and you'll see why in a second. So what I'm going to do here is another feature you get with your system is you get an Excel sheet, kind of a cheat sheet, a way for you to get started, and it has a list of a lot of the fan pages for your local area, for your city. And I'm going to go and I'm going to look. I'm just and I went ahead of time. I kind of cheated here, but I'm just going to take a couple 3 pages off of my Excel list, just as you would. And I'm just going to copy that if I did it right here. And I'm going to hop right back to my Facebook page, and I'm going to put it in the search bar while I'm logged in as my business. And I'm going to quickly find what I'm looking for here, Chicago Bulls page. Okay, so now I'm logged in as, again, as my business. Let's say that, obviously a lot of the Chicago Bulls fans are from Chicago. And there's a lot of people out here that interact with this page. So I think I'm going to make the judgment call that this particular business in Chicago has a bunch of followers that are representative of my target market. And I'm going to look down here and I'm going to look for other things like how engaging is this page. I see, gee, there's 64 people commenting on this one page. I could get in the middle of that conversation. So there's a lot of people talking. There's a lot of interaction going on this wall. And I can follow this so that all of the correspondence that comes off this page will go into my business news feed. And again, I'm going to like this page. So again, you only like the pages that you think are representative of the market you're going after, because once you're done with this, your news feed will be saturated with discussions from and to people that represent your target market and only from your target market. And so you'll be engaging with them straight from your news feed. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and saturate my page a little bit further just to fly through this process. Maybe, and I've got another one here, 93.9 Light FM Chicago. I've got to figure that's all Chicago people following that page. So that's highly targeted. And I'm sure there's a lot smaller following than the Chicago Bulls. But I know it's cleaner. I know that folks, it's a local radio station. I don't think there's going to be hardly anyone outside of Chicago that follows the communications on this page. So this one would be, a very clean representative group of people in the Chicago area. So I'm going to like that page too. Other thing you might consider, and you want to be intelligent about this process, this might be a little maybe more mature group as well. It might represent a more mature base, a little older generation. I don't know how many teenagers or folks in their early 20s that are listening to light music. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what that means, but that would be my take on it. So I'm going to like that page too. And again, I have to emphasize, you have to be logged in as your business to be doing this. So you're saturating your business news feed with groups, very large groups, and there was 19,000 people following the communications on that 93.9 Light FM page. So, and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it one more time with my third one. And this is a little bit more of a kind of a free-for-all page that just plowing down through the list and thought it might be something else cool to talk about. This page is called Free Things to Do in Chicago, and there's 167,000 people. I wouldn't say the engagement is that high at 452 people talking about it now. So that's far less than 1%. But this might be a good place. They may let you post stuff about your business right on their wall. And quite honestly, you may have a promotion that goes right hand in hand with this message. So you may have something free in one of your promotional elements that fit right in well with this. So again, I'm going to make the judgment call that these are local Chicago land residents following this page, and I'm going to say that this is also representative of my target market. So I've now liked 3 different pages. Let's go to my news feed right now by clicking the home button and see if I've got anything in there yet. And hopefully there is, but let's check. It'll only be after you've liked them, any new postings or communications that have occurred after you've liked them. So it might take a day or so to start getting messages in from those walls, and it looks like I don't have anything here yet. So I was hoping with the Chicago Bulls and how active that was that it would fill up. But the bottom line is as you like those pages from your business page, when you're logged in as your page, you're going to start filling up your news feed with representative groups of your target market, and you would interact and engage with those stories and those conversations straight from your one-stop shop place, which is your business news feed. So that allows you to cover a lot of ground in a very short time, all from one place when you're engaging in conversations. Okay, so what I'm going to do here then is hop back to the kind of the flow here, and I'm going to talk about tagging other businesses. So we've covered loading your business news feed and how you want to do that with just your target market, groups that represent your target market using your cheat sheet from your Excel sheet. Now we're going to tag other businesses. This is a cool feature that as you start liking pages, I'm going to go over to my wall now. And eventually, and I would not recommend, and you can see here the likes that we just went and did, I don't recommend posting too much on your wall. Just kind of fill up your wall. You want to wait until you have a following. Right now this page is a demo page, only has 2 likes. You want to wait till you've got 30, 40 people following you before you spend much time actually posting on your wall, on your own wall. Because it's kind of wasted time. You only have the opportunity of 30. When you have 30 likes, you only have the opportunity of 30 people. Seeing what you're writing. But when you do get that kind of critical mass, you can tag other pages with your conversation and kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, while you can borrow what I call borrowing the traffic of other higher traffic pages. So let's just say you saw a story on 93.9 Light FM, and you said on your wall, great story from, and if I could spell, story from 93.9. But before I write 93.9, I'm going to tag them with an @ sign, and when I do that, it tells Facebook that I want to reference someone. Okay, and what it'll do is it'll look at all of the pages that my business page has liked and start giving me options to choose from. And obviously when it sees the 9.3, it knows that I mean this 93.9. So when I click that, it's going to highlight 93.9 Light FM Chicago and tag them in my post. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to say it was great. I'm just trying to illustrate a point here. So when I go and I post this now on this wall, it's doing 2 things. It's going to post not only to my wall, but it's going to post on 93.9 Light FM's wall if their settings are set up to allow other people to post to their wall. So this is a great way to quote-unquote borrow the traffic and the fan base of other high traffic pages in your city by tagging them. Now, quick word of caution, you don't want to say, hey, do you want to buy a house? And then put in 93.9 Light FM Chicago tag there, because you're spamming, and they're going to pull your listing, your post from their wall instantly, and they might even ban your page from being able to post on the wall in the future. What you want to do is when you're tagging, you want to send praise, you want to send thanks, even recommend them, so that they don't take down your precious, valuable marketing. And the cool thing is your marketing message, because your page name should be, the page name you select should be a marketing message for the group you're trying to reach, you're already getting your marketing message out there without spamming down in the body of your message. So that's why your page name is so critical in selecting the right one, something that speaks to the audience you're trying to do business with, because it's going to be posted up with everything you say, regardless of where you say it and how you say it. So don't spam, just let your business page name do all the selling for you. Okay, so we've covered then the 2 topics, the 2 core topics on your uh, on generating traffic with your Facebook page. Someone's unmuted out there. Could you mute your phone, please? I'm hearing a little reverb. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hop back to the presentation. Again, all this will be recorded in video. If you miss something, there will be a recording that you'll probably be loaded up to your YouTube account and probably even also hosted out on your control center, your Facebook marketing platform control center. So you'll be able to look at this again later. But those are the two key aspects, and we'll summarize it again at the end. Okay. So the second topic I want to cover is, you can use this new page to get leads everywhere. Every page inside Facebook, just like any web page, has its own URL, its own unique URL. And this is essentially your Facebook system is essentially a landing page system, a squeeze page, some folks call that. You have promotions that you could drive, you could share the link to those promotions and share it everywhere. So you could share it on LinkedIn, Craigslist, any of the bulletin boards, real estate bulletin boards. You could share it also in Facebook to drive people straight to your landing pages, straight to your custom tabs, straight to your promotions. You can share it anywhere, just like you can share any link. And I'm not sure, if everyone understands the best way to do that, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to show you exactly how you would go about doing that. So you can literally drive traffic into your page from anywhere. Okay. So I'm hearing a little feedback. Is someone trying to ask me a question? Okay. Again, we'll be holding questions till the end. If you could mute your phone, that would be fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go over to a shortening service called Bitly, and you might be familiar with this, you might not. It's a free software service that can shorten any of your links. Okay, so you can just sign up for a free account. You're going to be able to shorten any long, ugly-looking, URL page links and make them short and compact to save space. Especially in places like Twitter. If you're sharing links in Twitter and doing any kind of tweets, you probably know what Bitly is. Everybody uses link shortening services like Bitly to talk in Twitter, since your characters are limited. So I'm going to go over now. I'm going to go over to my fan page, and I'm going to say, I want to promote, I want to go out and advertise this particular promotion, this Sell It Fast promotion, which happens to be free home staging. Well, that's not going to help. So I've got a little, what I need to do is authorize my software here. It's going to make me log in. Just give me 1 second here. This will be, it should be updated here in a second. Well, anyways, I've got a little technical glitch on my pages here. I haven't checked this page out for a while, so we may have moved something, or the code. I may have changed the code. Anyhow, so let's say this is a nice promotion. Maybe I'll go into one of my other pages and just see if I can bounce back from that little glitch. Of course not. So so this is a promotion. Let's just say it's a home staging promotion page, right? And it has your graphic advertisement of your promotions. You're going to just go up to your URL bar, and it's a really long, ugly URL, and it has your actual custom app application. So this is your landing pages, your custom apps, each one of your promotions is actually a little longer than even the home page URL. So you're just going to go up, you're going to highlight it. You're going to hit Control C or right click and hit copy, and then you're going to go over to your link shortening service like Bitly, and again this is free, and you're going to paste that long ugly URL right into that big space there on Bitly, and it's going to make this short, sweet little compact link that you can share anywhere. And when somebody now clicks on that link, and you can see this is telling them that it's going to be a Facebook page. This FB in the middle means that it's you're on Facebook. That this is going to be a landing page on Facebook. You can copy and paste that anywhere. You can put it again in LinkedIn, Twitter, Craigslist, wherever you're advertising, or wherever you want to advertise that promotion for your Facebook page. Okay, so don't forget that your system is a landing page system all to itself. That's very targeted. When it actually works. when I actually send to a page that has the graphics on it. But I apologize for that little glitch. But there should be a nice little graphic advertisement here. I should have checked this page ahead of time. Nevertheless, you go into your page, grab one of your tabs, grab the link off of any one of your tabs, and then just take that link out to bit.ly and shorten it to make it short, sweet, and compact. Okay. Okay, so that's how you would get leads everywhere and traffic everywhere by using your Facebook page system as a landing page system and share those links everywhere. And you can do that free, again, with a service like Bitly. So the third topic I want to cover then is the Craigslist traffic booster. For any of you that have used Craigslist or posted in Craigslist to get new leads for your real estate business, it is a fantastic place to get buyers and sellers. Probably more to get buyers than sellers, because folks are out there shopping for that next home. And you'd be surprised. I know a lot of folks say that the traffic in there might be suspect, and that there might be lower income individuals. I've heard the exact opposite from a lot of folks too, where they've gotten $500,000 or larger properties, buyers and sellers in Craigslist. So they're out there, and I've actually done some research on who visits Craigslist, and believe it or not, the average income across the whole country, mind you now, is over $100,000. So got that from a service called quantcast.com, can tell you the demographics of any high traffic sites like Craigslist. So I want to show you now a new feature that's been added to your system. We call them Craigslist Traffic Booster Ads, where you can use hyperlinked graphic advertisements that hyperlink right back into your Facebook fan page and drive traffic into your fan page from Craigslist. So let me see if I can find where we're going to get that code, and I'm going to start by going over to your Facebook marketing platform that's out there that has a lot of good features in that. It's found at crrcontrolcenter.com. If you look on the home page there at crrcontrolcenter.com, you're going to see a link down the page called My Craigslist Traffic Booster Ads. And there's a traffic booster ad for each one of your promotions, each of the promotions in your fan pages right now that come with your fan page when you get started. And it's basically a graphic advertisement. It's an advertisement of that exact promotion. And if you look down the page a little further, you're going to see a code. Okay, you just want to copy and paste this code. So again, highlight it, either hit Control-C or right-click and hit copy. That code is going to translate into a picture that's hyperlinked into your fan page. And there's just one bit of work you want to do when you're setting this up to make it drop into your page rather than drop into someone else's fan page. And if you look down, and this will be high definition when you see this the next time. Maybe I can zoom in here real quick. If I can zoom in. Down here, there's one little area where there's brackets. You're just going to replace this bracketed, highlighted section in this code with the URL of the fan page or the landing page in your Facebook fan page system where you want the traffic to go when they click on that ad. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to change with the code, is put your URL in this highlighted section you see on the screen right now, and it will start driving traffic into your page. And I'm going to show you how it works right now. I'm going to show you a real live Craigslist post from someone else. It's in a different city, but this is an actual posting in Craigslist right now, and I'll show you exactly what happens. He's got this set up so that it dumps into his fan page, and you also want to check out your control center. We have some other videos, training videos with some real estate industry specific techniques on how best to do this. Basically, you can use your Craigslist posting, not to sell your properties, but to kind of to get you new leads, to get you new buyers, new sellers. So you kind of parlay your listings that you have, and then translate that message into, hey, if you're not interested in this listing, how about you sign up for my free service here to get other listings in your area? Okay, so all he's done in the body of the ad is paste that special code, put in his own URL in that section we just looked at, and when he publishes it, Craigslist translates that HTML code into a graphic image. And it's obviously asking people who see this advertisement to click on it. So get this free list. Well, when they click on it, like I'm doing right now, it hyperlinks right into this gentleman's free service, right into his fan page. So this is right in his fan page, and traffic comes straight in from Craigslist, so it's boosting his traffic. He's getting more leads into his lead capture forms by pulling in traffic from a very busy traffic environment in Craigslist of buyers and sellers in the for sale section on the real estate boards in Craigslist. Okay, so that's another cool feature that you have at your disposal with your Facebook fan page system. All right. And we'll be doing Q&A at the end of this. So again, if you have questions, write them down, and we can visit them after the presentation. So that takes us to the fourth way to generate traffic. And getting more eyeballs on your fan page, and it's what I call through the use of dynamic email signatures. Okay, there's an application out there, and we try and emphasize everything that's free so that folks don't have to continue to spend more and more money to do all these things. There's an application called WiseStamp, and it is free. You can get 2 dynamic email signatures where people can actually engage with your fan page right out of your email signature. So if you're like me and you're getting a lot of emails day in, day out, you can actually get more bang from your buck by doing the same things you always do, sending out and answering other people's emails, if you have a dynamic email signature with Facebook page software built into the signature. And I'm going to show you, I think a picture speaks 1,000 words, so I'm going to hop over to my Google Gmail account, if I can find it down here. I've got a lot of things open. Give me a second here till I can find out where I've got that. And I'm going to zoom in on the page here. Hopefully, let me zoom down a little bit. So every email I send out using this WiseStamp software puts in my email signature social icons that link back to my LinkedIn account and my Facebook account. But it also, and this is the dynamic part, it also pulls the latest post off of my wall from my fan page and puts it in the body of the email. And people can like the article, comment from the article, share the article, go over to the article, and even like my page from by interacting with my email signature. Okay, so that's another powerful way to advertise your fan page, get people to interact with you and share your information, and have dynamic emails on things you do already every day. So you're kind of getting more productivity out of the same tasks. And I believe there's and if there's not now, there will be soon, there's probably another in-depth video on your crrcontrolcenter.com Facebook marketing platform site that is specifically talks more about how you do this. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here doing that now, but what I wanted to do is just show you that you can pull traffic from a multitude of different areas into your fan page system using free techniques out there and free software out there that's available to you. So wanted to point that out. That's another great way. Takes no extra time since you're already sending emails to get more out of your system. Hold on one second here. I think yeah. Okay. So those are the 4. Again, just to summarize them, with the Facebook lead generation, you really want to take some time and not just rush through it, but take some time going through your Excel list of high traffic fan pages, businesses. You know, fan pages are businesses. Those are business pages in Chicagoland. Figure out which ones represent your target market best and like those pages so that your business page newsfeed gets saturated with people talking, you know, large groups that represent your target market who you're trying to get buyers and sellers from. Okay, and then also while you're doing that, and once you hit that kind of critical mass of 30, 30 to 50 likes, you start getting followers in. They start liking your page to look at your promotions and your valuable content that you've got. Once you hit that kind of 30 or 50 mark, you're going to want to start posting more regularly on your wall because people are now going to see your communications and be able to share your communications. And one of the cool ways to do that when you're posting on your walls is that kill two birds with one stone, which is that tagging feature. Again, where you put the @ sign in front of the page name that you're referring to, so that it posts not only to your wall, but your communication also at the same time posts to their high traffic wall so that all their viewers can see your post and your page name too. All right. So we talked then about how you get leads from everywhere. Remember, your system is a landing page system, just like a website would be. If you're driving traffic to a website right now, you can drive traffic to your fan page system, landing pages, the same exact way. One benefit that your fan page system might have over any website you have right now is your landing pages are very clean. They're very one message oriented. So when you have a seller come in, they're going to drop to a seller promotion. It's going to speak to them a lot better than if they're trying to sort and look around to where they're supposed to be going. So it's a very clean flow, and that helps immensely with conversion and getting people to fill out your forms. Okay. We talked about more traffic from Craigslist using the Craigslist traffic booster advertisements that are all resident out there on your crrcontrolcenter.com site. And we talked about how you could drive traffic without any extra effort whatsoever by putting a dynamic email signature with the Facebook application for fan pages as the software app of choice from the Ystamp software that's available. So they're at ystamp.com. I'd urge you to check them out. It's free. You get 2 different signatures you can choose from, a personal signature if you wish and a business signature, or heck, you could do 2 different business signatures and just call one a personal one. But again, there's a complete video on how to do that. I think it's out there on your Control Center website right now under the agent training section. In fact, while I'm looking, I'll go take a peek to see if it is. And let me zoom out on this page here. I'm a little so if you go over to the My Agent Broker training, there's a series of other video tutorials in here. If I don't, and I'm peeking down through here, I'll go ahead and I'll get if I don't see it here. So let me go and get that video, and I'll get it up on your CRL Control Center site. It's a more recent video we've created, so I'll make sure it's out here in this other video tutorial section on how to use Ystamp. Okay, so let me get back to the presentation. I think we're now going to transfer over to Q&A session on the 4 topics. I don't think I've got anyone muted right now, so if anyone has any questions, you can take yourself off of mute. I'd be happy to address any questions that you have. If you're bashful, or if you're watching this at a later date, you're watching the recording, you can always just shoot me an email at get100listings@gmail.com. So go ahead. Are there any questions out there? Okay. Well, I know it's a Friday afternoon. We're at 45 minutes. We still have, I'll spend as much time, so don't be bashful. All right, then. Hi, Ray. Yes, I can hear you. It's very easy. Yeah, Ray, with your control center, there's other promotions available. We could literally load you up other promotions that either we have in the hopper now, in addition to the ones that you have currently, or if you got together with your agents and your agents said, hey, look, we put our heads together and these three things are working really well in the Chicago area. We'd like to see a promotion built on those. The great thing about your centralized footprint is we build those graphic advertisements once, and then we give call it a 2-minute video demonstration on how each agent can add that with cut and paste sort of technology. We'd give you code. You'd click a few buttons, which would add another page, if you will, another custom tab to your fan page, and then you'd paste some code into 2 boxes and hit the save button, and you could have those extra promotions available in literally minutes added to your fan page. So yeah, it's very simple to do, and it would be literally kind of a 5-minute sort of setup from the agent perspective once we've decided what those are. All right. Any other questions out there? I see some typing coming in, so let me see. Okay, thanks. Sounds good. All right then. So we'll have this video, assuming everything went well with the recording. I've got a lot of software running at the same time, but I haven't had any hiccups in the past with this, so I expect this to work. If for some reason we had a glitch on the recording software, I'll go through and make another recording so that everybody has this available. I know Charles Ruttenberg Realty is a very large realty, and there's a lot more folks that are out there that weren't able to make the call today. So I'll make sure all this information is available so you can watch it as many times as you like, soak it in. And again, if you have any questions going forward, I think on your control center site in the top menu bar, there's a way to get in contact with us. I believe it's support at FB for Facebook, businesssystems.com, or again at get100listings at gmail.com would be good as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. All right then, we'll wrap it up. Everyone have a nice weekend, and thanks for joining today.